Laurie Bembenek looked like a stone-cold killer and a former cop who can bend men at her will.
She stands convicted again of killing a young woman while her small children slept in nearby beds.
It was Laurie's femme fatale image that sealed the deal when it came to pinning her to this murder. And unluckily for her, the jury bought it. From an early age, Laurie was known for her striking looks. She didn't believe in the conventional expectations that were placed on a woman in that generation. After high school, Laurie enrolled in college, hoping to study art, but soon found herself drawn towards a career in law enforcement. Some officers refused to take her seriously, dismissing her as a pretty face who didn't belong in the world of policing. She started to develop a reputation as someone who didn't know her place and refused to back down when she was faced with opposition. And she was eventually fired after filing a discrimination complaint against the police department. Not long after she was fired, Laurie came across some images of several male officers at a party in a park. In these images, cops were seen stripping naked and dancing in front of children. Little did Laurie know that in one of those photos, her future husband, Fred Schultz, was present. Fred was a known partier, and whenever he drank or did drugs, he would become belligerent and violent. Her battle against the Milwaukee Police Department was brewing as she met Fred Schultz. At the time, Fred was still married to Christine Schultz. Fred eventually divorced Christine, and just 6 months later, him and Laurie got married. It was fast, but to Laurie, it was true love until the murder. On May 28, 1981, Christine Schultz, Fred's ex-wife, was found murdered in her home. She was found bound and gagged and shot in the back. Her kids were the ones that discovered her body, which I can't even imagine their trauma. There were no signs of forced entry. Now, Fred did have a spare key because he secretly made a copy from his older son's set of keys. Initially, the notion of Fred as a suspect was up in the air. But after he gave an alibi that was backed up by his partner, the suspicion quickly fell onto Laurie. And just like that, Laurie's nightmare began. Laurie was quickly arrested, and before she could face trial, the presumption of innocence was gone. The theory was that Laurie had used Fred's off-duty gun and jogged 18 blocks to Christine's home. There, she tied up Christine and attempted to physically assault her two children before fatally shooting her in the back. The thing is, the theory was already a stretch. Why would Laurie jog the route there and risk being seen? Also, Christine and Laurie were pretty similar in stature. Couldn't Christine have overpowered Laurie? Sure, Laurie had police training, but when it comes to strength in the face of danger, it's unlikely that would have served her that much better.